If Bitcoin wants to break out and march higher, I think we have a good chance to see 100K. Yeah, Bitcoin is off the races and it's going to be 100K and even higher. Even 150K is possible.
Florian, you are more bullish in the crypto markets today than I spoke with you a few weeks ago, and you told me offline it's because you've got to listen to the markets. The markets tell you which direction to take, and you're following the wind, so to speak. Why has the wind changed direction in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, you have to listen to the market. It's not about being right. We all want to make money in the end of the day. And the market is doing what it does. And 3 weeks ago, I think that was the last time I was on the show, I thought the whole stress in China and the Chinese real estate market would create more problems in all markets. It did, especially in the stock market, but Bitcoin suddenly, quickly, to the surprise of many, recovered rather strongly. And obviously it was the Bitcoin ETF, which got basically approved a few days ago. Yeah. Then also the debt ceiling situation in the US rather quickly disappeared, and it seems the market don't really care at the moment about the stress in the Chinese real estate market. Yeah. Obviously, there has been much more money created over the last few weeks to attack that problem. And yeah, listening to the market, it looks like Bitcoin wants to march higher. Whatever I personally thought, it's going to move higher.
Yeah, we're going to get
and that's why you're going to be a hodler, you know.
Well, we're going to get to your forecast in just a minute. But before we talk about the future, let's talk about the past. Yeah. This year has been a very volatile year for, well, this year. Every single year has been a volatile year for Bitcoin. But let's talk about this year in particular. It's reached new all-time highs earlier in the year. Right. Then it basically saw a summer lull, summer doldrums in July. What happened between April and July?
Between April and July, I mean, you had the big China FUD banning the mining operations in China. I think that was the main reason back then. And then in July, the market was so oversold. There was real panic in the market. And then we got this short squeeze, I believe, in August and early September. Bitcoin went up to exactly to the 61.8 retracement level at 52,500, something like this. And that was a perfect short squeeze. And then I think we got this pullback. 39,000 was the low. Yeah. And since then, Bitcoin is off the races and it's running back to nearly the all-time high from April. It looks like it wants to march higher.
So you're right, the China FUD story earlier in the year was a problem, but let me just talk about that for a minute, because from July to now is not really a long period of time. It seems to me the markets have just forgotten about what China did. Would you say fundamentally banning Bitcoin mining and now, of course, Bitcoin trading, do you think banning that in China is not that big of a problem for Bitcoin?
No, I mean, I think we talked about this one in one of the last interviews already. I think the markets realized that the network continued to work flawlessly, even though a large portion of it used to be mined in China, and it was not a problem. Instead, the network just continued, and that actually showed how strong and resilient the Bitcoin network already is, and how decentralized it is already. And then the fact that many of those miners are now moving or have moved already to America, Texas especially, I think it's great news. And I think in the long term we will see and remember that this was a catastrophic decision by China in terms of geopolitical movements. They basically banned Bitcoin mining, and now Bitcoin miners move to another place. And as it looks now, we will need a better money than the fiat money that we have right now. And the only thing I see is Bitcoin.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
This is my theory. I think the Chinese government is too smart to simply think that, well, just because we're banning Bitcoin, we're going to stop the network from mining. That's not really how Bitcoin works in the first place. They realize this, and so I think they're just limiting capital controls, right? They're preparing for the CBDC to launch in China. They don't want people to move a lot of money out of the country using cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, that's also a reason, of course. Yeah, of course. But I think you also have to always remember these are socialists, so they don't really understand the economy. They are in for the suppression and power game.
Yeah, let's talk about the future then. So, what's your forecast now for Bitcoin by the end of the year? Actually, by the end of the year is not that. We're 6 weeks away from the end of the year.
Kind of, yeah. I mean,
we're 8 weeks. We're 8 weeks plus
2.5 months.
Yeah, exactly. 2.5 months. That's not too far away.
Right, but lots of things can happen in crypto because it's so fast, right? if Bitcoin wants to break out and march higher, I think we have a good chance to see 100K towards the end of the year, maybe even higher. And of course, that would spark an altcoin season again. And I think we are in, if Bitcoin really continues, and I would say this 60 to 63,000 level is maybe the last resistance of the bears. So if there's nothing coming from them, yeah, Bitcoin is off the races and it's going to be 100K and even higher. Even 150K is possible towards January, maybe.
Yeah, Bitcoin seems to be hitting resistance right now at 60 to 63. Why is this an important level? Is it simply because that was the previous all-time high?
Yeah, it's a psychological number. It's a round number. It's the all-time high at 65,000. And the market is very overbought in the short term. Huh? We had a big run. I mean, Bitcoin went higher, how much? $20,000 within 3 weeks.
That's right.
So it's basically should have a little breather here. But if it's not pulling back a lot, yeah, I think it's clear market wants to move higher.
Would you not, just to play the contrarian's viewpoint here, would you not see the run from July up to now, it's nearly 50% move up for Bitcoin and say, well, look, given the short-term cycles, it's time for a pullback. Maybe it's hit its previous all-time high, we're near its previous all-time high. It's time for a little pullback right now.
Yeah, you can of course look at it like this, but for a typical, it would be something like a B wave bounce after initial hardcore sell-off. But the sentiment doesn't really fit to it now. It's too much skepticism. I don't see like this crazy greed around me. And I don't think that most of the altcoins have moved either over the last few weeks. So it seems that Bitcoin is marching ahead, and then the altcoins will follow at some point. And also the way it happened so fast, it seems a lot of people were on the wrong side of the market, or at least were surprised by the move. I mean, I never short Bitcoin. I never give the recommendation to short Bitcoin. The only thing that I do is divide basically my investments into a hodl position that you always keep no matter what, and you have a trading position that you can basically trade around.
What to do in such a situation? Inform yourself and keep your financial education strong. We from the Compact Group offer our loyal subscribers a free educational portal with first-hand monetary, financial, and economic knowledge. Enter our invite-only Insider Club by clicking the link below. You will get access to first-class information far earlier than the rest. We have prepared a special deal for all our members where you can access a giant pool of Robert Kiyosaki's financial wisdom for just $1. To find out more, simply click the link below and join our Insider Club absolutely free. But there is more you can and should do. Build up several streams of income. More and more people realize that they have to take their future in their own hands, but they don't know how and where to start. We from Compact offer our Insider Club members unique opportunities. Strengthen your financial muscle and get the edge. Click the link below. Become part of our free Insider Club. No financial obligations. But there's one important thing you have to know. You have to become active. So do it now. Become active and see you on the other side.